Hi, I'm Dr. Joanne Hoffman, one of the pediatricians at South Lake Pediatrics. South Lake Pediatrics works hard to be a safe and welcoming pediatric practice for our youngest patients. Today, our parent education program focuses on our newest little patients and how to help you, the parent, navigate the first year with your child. Our presenter is Elisabeth Palmquist, a pediatric nurse practitioner at South Lake Pediatrics. Her practice has a special focus on newborns and infants, which includes providing valuable counsel to parents and caregivers. She has years of experience with newborns, gained from the Newborn Intensive Care Unit and on the outpatient side of newborn care. Elisabeth also has a passion for the outdoors and staying active. Her fun talk includes tips to make life easier for busy parents of children under a year old and is titled Marooned at Home. Welcome, Elisabeth.
Thank you, Dr. Hoffman. I wish I got introduced like that everywhere I went. I'm Elisabeth Palmquist, a pediatric nurse practitioner here at South Lake Pediatrics, and I wanted to reach out today to you, the new parent, who is struggling in that first year with their newborn. The first year is incredible, breathtaking, but it's also grueling and overwhelming. And I wanted to reach out to you and give you the resources and information that I know can be helpful to parents in that first year. I work a lot with new parents, and I know how overwhelming it can feel. New parents often feel that they're isolated and alone all the time because you're home with this newborn who takes up all of your time. Because despite having this chubby cheeked, double chinned little newborn in your life, you are spending all of your time at home with a child who needs you all the time. But you knew all this going into it and you had this kid anyway. So thank you, because it's job security for me. So we've established that it's difficult. What are we going to do about it? Well, the first thing we're going to do is find ways to keep you connected. There are a lot of ways to do this, and I'm going to run through just a few of them. But talking to parents of older children probably isn't going to be the most helpful. A parent of a 5-year-old is probably not going to remember how to sleep train their child, and they're not going to remember potty training or teething. So try to find ways to stay connected with parents of children who are at a similar age to your child. One way to do this that's free is something called ECFE classes. I recommend those to all new parents. These classes are free, and you find them by going to the Minnesota Department of Education website and find your county, and those classes will be online or in person depending on the district. But those classes offer you ways to find potty training techniques when you have an older child or sleep training when you have a younger child. These classes are very helpful for new parents because you're going to connect with other parents who have a child your age. Another way to stay connected is less formal, and that's social media. Social media is great, and it's a great way to stay connected. And we're not going to have a discussion about staying connected in the 2020s without discussing social media. I don't need to tell you the options out there because I promise you know them better than I do. Everything from TikTok to Instagram and Facebook. But I will mention one app I've heard from parents is very helpful, and that app is called the Peanut app. That is a free app where you can connect with other parents who are going through similar situations, have a child of the same age, or have a similar concern. Parents tell me that it's non-judgmental and they feel really at home with that app. Unfortunately, with a discussion on social media, I am going to get on my high horse. You would never use me or any medical professional as your social outlet. So I ask that you also don't use social outlets as your medical professionals. We really like social media and what it does to keep parents connected, but we do worry that sometimes medical information can be misconstrued on those websites. So please reach out to us and ask us when you have questions. That's what we're here for. We've discussed ways to stay connected virtually, but now let's talk about visitors in your home. Because just like a kid coming home from art class, you want to show off something pretty that you made. And you should want to. Those babies are cute, and I know grandparents and all of your loved ones really want to meet them. But I do want to pass on some wisdom that was given to me years ago. No visitors in the first 2 weeks who visit. Sounds harsh, but the reason we want to do that is because you're not going to be getting that much sleep. So if grandma or grandpa want to come clean your house, make you dinner, great. Have them come on over. But if they want to sit and visit, now's not the time. Because at best, you're getting a 3-hour stretch of sleep at one time. So go ahead and tell them they can drop off food, but tell them not to stick around just quite yet. At that 2-week well check, that's a really good time to talk to us about your child's immune system. Because even prior to COVID, we had concerns about your newborn and germs. But we also really understand that it's a difficult decision for parents. You want to show off your new baby. You want to spend time with your loved ones. So know that we have that in the back of our minds as well. But even prior to COVID, we knew that when parents brought their newborn to get passed around and loved on like a hot potato, that we got really nervous because we worry about what their immune systems are capable of handling. One pro tip I can give you is to go ahead and have smaller gatherings, so just 1 or 2 people over at a time. And if you're going to have them around younger children, so say that 2 to 4 or 5-year-old, a really good tip that I learned is to tell that young child, hey, go ahead and kiss their toes, it tickles their heart. And that will remind them to keep germs out of baby's face, but also at that age, they find that really fun. So hopefully that's helpful for you, but please always reach out to us when you have questions about having new people in your home. Staying connected in that first year is so important, but knowing how to do that safely is difficult. Luckily, we have technology, and FaceTime and Zoom have brought up questions about screen time in those first years of life, because we've always been told screen time is bad for our children. But we know that FaceTime is a way to stay connected with people. And the American Academy of Pediatrics came out with some really helpful tips. We've actually decided that screen time that is FaceTime or interactive isn't going to count as screen time. So if your child is FaceTiming with grandparents, you don't have to worry about that because there's communication, there's give and take, and it's responsive. So when baby smiles, grandma smiles back. So that's not considered screen time. When your child is ready for screen time, closer to 18 months, we can talk at those well checks about what is safe. And we're going to recommend high quality, good educational videos for short periods of time. But in those first 18 months, go ahead and let them FaceTime with grandparents. That's okay. In addition to staying connected, it's important to stay on a schedule and stay busy. There are a lot of interactive activities you can do to keep your child both happy and busy. But those activities change month by month and even sometimes week by week. For example, your 2-month-old, you can't spoil them. Don't listen to anybody who tells you can. Respond anytime they cry or fuss, but snuggle them, love on them, sing to them. But your 6-month-old, you have to get down on the floor and play with them. Find ways to interact with them and find new ways to soothe them. 6 months is also when you're going to do a ton of fun things with solid foods. So enjoy that process. It's really fun. But your 9-month-old, make sure that you stick to a routine because the terrible twos do not start at 2. Stick to a routine, read to them at night, and let them start turning the pages and let them have that personality shine through. At 12 months, that's a really good time to call your parents and apologize if you were a terrible toddler. The 0 to 3 resource is a really helpful resource that you guys can use to find all of these activities and many, many more. I'll provide that link just like I did for the ECFE classes. I promised Dr. Hoffman I would keep this short and sweet, so I'm going to wrap it up. 4 things I want you to take away. Remember to take breaks when you can. Ask for help when you need it. Every parent needs help. 3rd, I want you to keep in touch with other adults. They'll keep you sane. 4th, and most importantly, I want you to reach out to us, your child's primary care provider. That's what we're here for. And we'd always rather you ask us than Google, because we really do feel that there's no dumb questions in those first years. I'll make sure that all the links I talked about, everything from the ECFE classes to the apps, and all of the resources online are provided below. So make sure you explore those when you have time. Thank you so much, and I hope this was helpful. Enjoy the first year. It's going to fly by. But with any luck, they'll break you in gently, take advantage of your sleep deprivation, and trick you into having a few more. Job security for us. Thank you.